Hey everybody, so here we are about 3 weeks into the NHL season. We've already talked about some players who individually are off to great starts this year, but today I want to focus on teams. And these are teams that are certainly exceeding my expectations, playing a lot better than I think most people expected them to this season, and are off to really solid starts. Obviously, it's still very early in the year, and there's a lot of hockey left to be played. And we'll have to wait and see if these teams can keep this up over an extended period of time. But so far, to start this season, the first few weeks, these teams are playing very well and a lot better than expected. So before we get into the list, this video is brought to you by SuperDeker. SuperDeker is an advanced hockey training system designed to make you a better stick handler. You can get yours today using the link in the description, and you'll also get $25 off. So check out that SuperDeker link down in the description and get your discount today. But let's get into it, starting at number 5. And I have ordered these kind of based on by how much are they exceeding my expectations, just to put them in some sort of rankings here. So number 5, we have the Winnipeg Jets. 9 games played, a 5-3-1 record, 11 points, and currently sitting in second place in the Central Division. Back before the season started, I predicted them to finish 6th in the Central Division. I thought Winnipeg was going to have another kind of disappointing year like they did last season. Last year, a lot went wrong for them. It wasn't a good year. And I thought we were going to see more of the same from the Jets. So far this season, though, that has not been the case. They've played very well. They've really tightened things up defensively, haven't given up a lot of goals. Connor Hellebuck is off to a strong start this season, and things seem to be trending in the right direction for Winnipeg. Obviously, it's still very early, as it is for all of these teams, but so far, so good for the Winnipeg Jets, and they've been a lot better than I thought they would be. At number 4, we've got the Boston Bruins. My Boston Bruins here making the list. A lot of people were very pessimistic about the Bruins this season. I wasn't as down on them as some people were, but I still thought that they would probably be around where they were at last season. 4th in the Atlantic, a wild card team, a team that would have to fight for their playoff spot. And they have come out and absolutely dominated the start of this season. Currently, first place in the NHL, first place in the Atlantic Division, 8-1 through their first 9 games, 16 points. I did not see this coming at all with the Boston Bruins, particularly the beginning of the year. I thought if there was ever a time that Boston was going to struggle, it was going to be these first few weeks of the season with Brad Marchand injured, with Charlie McAvoy injured, and that hasn't slowed down the Bruins whatsoever. They're getting exceptional goaltending from their goalies. They're scoring a bunch of goals. The offense has been on fire. They're getting balanced scoring from really all throughout their lineup. And this start of this season could not have gone better so far for the Boston Bruins. And they are absolutely defying all the expectations that I had for them this year. Very similar story with the Vegas Golden Knights here at number 3. Vegas was a team that I thought was going to be a bubble playoff team. I thought that, losing Robin Lehner was going to be a big loss in goal. It really hasn't been. Logan Thompson's been incredibly good. Honestly, Logan Thompson may end up being better than Robin Lehner. Adin Hill has also been very solid as a backup. And Vegas is just sitting here, first in the Pacific Division, first in the Western Conference, 10 games played, 8-2-0 record, 16 points. An absolutely phenomenal start to the year for the Vegas Golden Knights. And honestly, I just did not see this coming with them. Maybe I was a little naive at before the season started about, Vegas being healthier now and getting the full lineup back intact. This team's been so much better than I thought, and kudos to them. Great start to the season. Number 2, I have the New Jersey Devils. Man, I did not see this coming with New Jersey at all. 9 games played, 6-3-0 record, 12 points, leading the Metro Division currently. I mean, this is a division with the Rangers, the Hurricanes, the Penguins, teams the Capitals, teams that are consistently good and have been good for the last number of years. And who's sitting in first place? The New Jersey Devils. I thought they were going to be at least another year or two away still from really making that jump. And I mean, over the course of the full year, maybe they still are, but there's no doubt it has been an extremely impressive start to the season for the Devils. I had them predicted at 7th place, second to last in the division. And I mean, here they are sitting in first. Great start for New Jersey, who's, I think the biggest difference is they're getting very solid goaltending, which was one of their biggest issues last year, was the goalie issues. This year, Blackwood and Vanacek have had very strong starts to the season. And finally, that leaves number 1, the Philadelphia Flyers. Oh my God. This was a team that I and almost everybody had pegged for last place in the division, and honestly near the bottom of the league. Bottom 3 or 4 team in the league. Everyone thought they were going to be in the Connor Bedard sweepstakes for, that number 1 overall pick this coming season. And they've just casually started their year 5-2-1 through their first 8 games, 11 points, sitting 3rd in the Metro Division. Just what John Tortorella has gotten out of this team, the way that they've played, the comebacks that they've had so far this year, the never quitting, never giving up on a game. It's just been so impressive and such a stark contrast to the Flyers teams that we've seen the past 2 years, which looked like they didn't even want to be playing half the time. This team gives a full effort every night. They're getting great goaltending from Carter Hart. They never give up on a game. They never give up on a play. They're a very high energy team, and just really impressive to watch the Philadelphia Flyers this year. And so far, to me, they are the biggest surprise in the NHL as far as how good they've been compared to how bad I thought they were going to be. So those are 5 teams that I think are greatly exceeding expectations so far this NHL season. I want to throw an honorable mention in there as well that I believe deserves to be talked about, and that is the Chicago Blackhawks. It was hard to narrow this list down to 5 teams because there's honestly quite a few playing a lot better than people thought they would, and Chicago certainly deserves a mention as well. This was a team that people were talking about possibly being the worst in the entire NHL, and here they are, a game above 500 3 weeks in. So Chicago is also off to a very solid start. And I don't know if Chicago can keep it up over the course of the year. I think I would maybe trust these teams mentioned to stay up there a little bit longer than Chicago, but the Blackhawks certainly deserve mentioning as well. Off to a much better start than anticipated. But all in all, these teams are all really playing well and winning games and have just been a lot better than most people thought they were going to be going into this year. So if you haven't checked out my list yet on players that have exceeded expectations and have been surprisingly good this year, check that out. I'll link that right here. But that brings us to the end of this one. Thank you guys for watching. Before you go, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our merchandise store, membership, and donations are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you all soon.